Hello guys, I am back, and I'm in the Meteor Mk.3. I just unlocked it today. Um, really good plane in my opinion. Before I get into the action, this really intense fight here, but before I get into the action, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Meteor. The Gloucester Meteor Mk.3 was the first Royal Air Force jet fighter and the only Allied jet to see combat during World War II. It was a all-metal single seat with two turbojet engines, developed in 1940. First one actually came out or was built, mass produced, whatever, in September of 1944. This version is powered by two Rolls-Royce Derwent Mark I turbo engines. This plane has four Hispano Mark Vs with 200 rounds in the top two guns each, and 190 in the lower two guns each. All in all, it has 680 rounds. This plane, you really have to watch out for the Key 200s because they're faster and they have a better turn rate, and the Horton 229s because they're faster and they have a better turn rate. So now that I'm going to set you up on the action, I see this 262, this ME262, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to dive on him. You know, might as well. So I'll start the video. Here you go. And here, I'll just show the HUD. ME262. I'm getting on him. Trying to line my guns up. I'm still getting used to him. Move my mouse out of the way for you there. I'm still getting used to these guns, right? Because, I mean, it's a new plane, gotta get used to the guns. So I shoot off some rounds, I miss. And he's trying to get away. I know that I can turn with this guy, as long as I'm using my air brakes, I can turn with this guy, right? So I'm staying on him. Now eventually, there's somebody else that decides to join my fight. If you can see that Horton 229 over there, I think that was the guy. Can't change the camera view, whatever. So I'm still staying on this guy. He's trying to outturn me, which is not a very good choice. He could actually outrun me if he tried, but going in a straight line for him would be very, very dangerous right now. And I just missed those shots. I should have made those shots. Those were easy shots. I just didn't get my nose up quite in time. So I'm trying to get back on him. I lost him. So I'm getting back on him. And all of a sudden, somebody hits my rudder. Hasn't happened quite yet, has it? It looks like it has. So I have no yeah, there we go. I have no rudder control. So what am I gonna do? I feel like a Horton 229 right now. Okay? I have no rudder control. I have to roll just to turn. And problem is that this guy, if I could get my camera to turn. Oops, wrong one. This guy is on my tail. And I'm really worried about him. He's an ME262. He is actually faster than me, but I'm managing to outrun him because I was in that dive and I still retained some of my energy. And I lose him here. But he's going to come back on and you'll see it. Now, what happens is, I'm going to try and outrun this guy. And I'm going to get to the edge of the battlefield. And when I get to the edge, it's going to reset me. When I get reset, he happens to get reset above me. And that means that I have the advantage because he is in front of me and above me. So he would have to turn all the way around and dive on me just to come back toward me. So I'm going to fast forward to the part where it resets me right there. Now right here is where I get into the real combat with this guy. He is right there, if you can see him. He is way above me. He would have to turn all the way around and come down on me just to get me. So he's coming down, and I'm thinking, no way he's going to be able to turn on me like that, and he doesn't. So I pulled my air brakes for a millisecond just to slow me down enough. That's how the air brakes work in this game. They instantly slow you down once you pull them. And I'm just trying to get on this guy. But it's really hard because I don't have a rudder, so I can't get my guns on target the way I want them to. So I'm just gonna swing with him and hope that eventually I can get my guns on. I still have plenty of ammo. I didn't use up very much in the earlier combat, so I have plenty of ammo and I can waste a few bullets here and there. and he's just trying to get behind me with this rolling scissors. And then he's kind of stops with the rolling scissors, and he just kind of levels it out. So it's just a scissors, which was a bad choice for him because the rolling scissors he was in favor of it because he had the advantage over me not having a rudder. Now I'm swinging around trying to get shots on him, and I get really close there. I missed those, but I got really close with my shots. I just couldn't get my nose quite down low enough. So I'm swinging back around, really trying to get this guy. He's my only obstacle right now with landing. Otherwise, I would have just gone and landed. If it was a slower plane, if it was a prop, I probably would have gone and landed or gone far enough away that he would have left me alone and then landed. But as you can see, I get a hit there, and it did a little bit of damage, and the other one sparked. But right here, I wreck him. I hit his wing, and it didn't actually come off, but the wing, it basically fell off. And yeah, I ended up going ahead, got that kill, talked a little banter in the chat, telling him I didn't have a rudder when I shot him down. I'm gonna show you my good old landing here. Right here. I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background throughout this video. They're not being smart today. So I don't have a rudder. It's harder to land without a rudder, but I can handle it, I think. And I'm coming in. I'm making slight adjustments. It's hard to see with the sun there. I'm sorry. I'm making these really slight adjustments. My tail's completely damaged, as you can see. Tons of bullet holes. And I'm just trying to make it as soft of a landing as possible. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to end up having a rough landing, and this is going to be damaging to my plane. But I ended up being able to turn my plane around just enough right here and keep my speed up long enough that I had the perfect angle. Slowing down there with my guns. And I just pulled my air brakes and floated down to the ground. I barely stopped before the end of the runway though, so I could have pulled my air brake a little bit earlier, but I had a better angle whenever I pulled it. So yeah, that is that's how to get a kill with a Meteor without a rudder. Is just get them into those scissors because they're not smart enough to pull off. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.